Hello friends, I'm George, the nice smelling gentleman. A few weeks ago I did a video where I compared two fragrances that are trying to do the same thing, and that being a great alternative to Bulgari's Tiger, or if you will, a clones of Bulgari's Tiger. Those two fragrances were the AFNAN Blue and the Alkiam Silver from the house of LATTAFA and their Pride line. But about 10 days after I did that video, I received a third fragrance that's very hyped up in the community at the moment, and that's also trying to do that very same thing, being a alternative to Bulgari's Tiger. That fragrance comes from the house of RUE BROCCA, and it's called the RUE BROCCA TRM. So in this video today, I'm going to compare all three fragrances for you. This fragrance battle will be fought in a total of 5 rounds. The first round will be a comparison between the packaging and the bottle design of the fragrances. The second round will be fought in the category of scent profile. The third round will be performance. The fourth round will be pricing. And the fifth round will be versatility. And then at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you which one of the three fragrances I prefer and why. In the first round, I cannot name a clear winner, but I can name clearly the fragrance that comes in third place, and that's the TRM from RUE BROCCA. This is how the bottle looks of the RUE BROCCA. It's quite simple looking. I mean, it's nice looking, but at the same time, it's quite simple compared to the other two boxes. For example, this is the box of the AFNAN Blue. It opens up like this. You even have a message inside written by AFNAN for the potential buyers of this fragrance. And then this is the box of the Alkiam Silver. Again, I think looks way nicer compared to the RUE BROCCA. So when it comes to the actual presentation, I think that the Turati Blue and Alkiam Silver are joined first, and then the RUE BROCCA comes in third place. And then there's the bottle design, which is a bit subjective, I think. The RUE BROCCA looks interesting, has a nice, interesting sort of triangle shape to it, but the cap is made out of plastic, and all in all, it feels the cheaper out of the three again. Then this is how the bottle of the Turati Blue looks. It's sort of like an upper part of the body. The cap is metal, and then there's the Alkiam Silver, which is again a metal cap, quite heavy, probably the heaviest bottle in here. Again, when it comes to bottle design, I think that the joint winners are AFNAN Blue and Alkiam Silver, with RUE BROCCA coming in third place. The second round will be about the scent profile. Now, all three fragrances, they are quite close to each other, but there are some small differences, especially in the opening. The freshest opening out of the three fragrances belongs to the Alkiam Silver. It has a nice grapefruit note, but the grapefruit note feels like a fresh type of grapefruit. It's not very juicy, it's not very sweet. Also, the other citruses are more prominent in the opening of Alkiam Silver. On the other end of the scale is the AFNAN Blue. It has the most realistic grapefruit note to my nose out of the all three fragrances. The sweetest and the most juiciest grapefruit notes in the opening. The TRM stands somewhere in between the two fragrances, those two fragrances. It's sweeter compared to Alkiam Silver, but not as sweet as the AFNAN Blue. On the dry down, the three fragrances become a lot closer to each other, but again, there are some small differences. The Alkiam Silver still feels the freshest out of the three and the most airy, so to say. The AFNAN Blue still remains the sweetest out of the three fragrances. To my nose, it's the most ambery out of the three fragrances, with again the RUE BROCCA TRM standing in the middle between the Alkiam Silver and AFNAN Blue. It also feels like it has the strongest musk note on the dry down. So in the opening, the freshest one is Alkiam Silver, followed by TRM from RUE BROCCA, and the sweetest one is AFNAN Blue. On the dry down, that still is the case. The freshest one is Alkiam Silver, the sweetest one is AFNAN Blue, and in the middle between those two fragrances is the RUE BROCCA TRM. The third round is going to be about performance. Now, all three fragrances are quite good performers, but there's been one fragrance that's been constantly slightly better compared to the other two, and that's been the RUE BROCCA TRM. Now, pretty much every time I've worn the TRM, I've been getting somewhere between 9.5 up to 10 hours of performance out of that fragrance. The other two are giving me somewhere between 8.5 to 9 hours. So there's a slight edge, but still, in my experience so far, the RUE BROCCA TRM has been outlasting the other two fragrances. Now, when we talk about projection, the strongest projecting fragrance out of those three has been the AFNAN Turati Blue. It gives me quite a strong projection for up to 3 hours, whereas the Alkyam Silver and RUE BROCCA TRM are slightly more subtle when it comes to projection, and they're projecting good for 2 to 2.5 hours. The fourth round will be about pricing. The most expensive fragrance in this comparison is going to be the LATTAFA Pride line Alkyam Silver. Now, the LATTAFA Pride line is their high-end line of fragrances, so they're a bit more expensive compared to all the rest of their fragrances. And the Pride line, usually the fragrances in the Pride line usually cost somewhere between $50 to $60. Now, the Afnan Turati Blue used to be quite costly once it came out. It was very hyped up, but since a few months has passed since that point, prices have gone down quite nicely for the potential buyers, and this fragrance can now usually be found in the range of $30 to $40. The cheapest fragrance in this video and in this comparison is the RUE BROCCA TRM. This fragrance can be found for somewhere between $30 to $35. And at the end, the final round, round number 5, is going to be about versatility. And here, this is another round where there's no clear winner, simply because all three fragrances scent-wise, they're very close to each other. They're trying to do the same thing, and they are doing the same thing, equally successful. They're super versatile, can be worn any time of the day, any time of the year, any type of occasion, all three of them, and all three of them will get you compliments. So round number 5 is a tie between the three fragrances. And at the end, which is the winner in today's fragrance battle, in my opinion, that's the RUE BROCCA TRM. The reasons why I think this is the best fragrance or the winner in this comparison video, in this fragrance battle, there are a few things. First of all, this is the cheapest fragrance out of all three of them. Second, it has the best performance out of all three of them. So at the end of the day, when you have three equally good fragrances that are trying to do the same thing and doing the same thing equally successful, probably it will come down to simply pricing. And the RUE BROCCA TRM, as I said, is the cheapest out of the three and also lasts the longest out of the three. And this is happens to be my favorite out of the three fragrances. So the winner in today's fragrance battle, is the RUE BROCCA TRM. So guys, in today's video I compared three fragrances for you: the Afnan Turati Blue, the LATTAFA Pride Alkyam Silver, and the RUE BROCCA TRM. I tried to do a slightly different style of video. I hope it was interesting to you. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my future content. Stay safe, and I hope I'm going to see you in my next video. Bye bye.